Hello, everybody. This is my presentation on my application Pond. So, this is my friend Ty. Ty is a graphic designer who primarily makes pixel art for smaller indie games. He's created a lot of sprites, and through his work, it's become more difficult for him to find older projects, and overall organization has just become an issue for him. So, how does Pond help him? Well, Pond is a file organization tool for your computer to help make finding files easier, faster, and more intuitive, so that working on projects can stay productive and cut time spent looking for lost files. So how does the program actually work? Well, the program uses tags to uniquely ID every file on your PC with a unique combination. Here on the slides is a view of what the actual program would look like. On the top bar, you can see the options for file settings, edit tags, and create new tags, as well as off to the right, you can see the actual selected tags you're currently searching with. On the left side of the screen, you can see created tags and the image file names that would be included in those tags. The directory is a special feature because one of the goals of functionality for this app is that it would be able to find the file location and show you where it was saved on a computer. Say, for example, a program saved a file, but you don't know where it actually saved on your PC. This path would be shown in the directory box. And finally, on the right side is the biggest section that would be for actually viewing the files and looking at them. Here's how the files would be added to the app. You can simply drag and drop files into the box on the top left. On the top right is where you can select tags to add to a file. On the bottom right is where you could create tags if none of the existing tags apply to the file. And finally, the best feature of the program would be the ability to automatically add tags to new files. Some of those tags would be things like image size, image quality, file type, color average, video, if it was a video or not, and image contents. This feature removes much of the manual effort required to tag all the files that are added to the app. This feature would also use AI to automatically analyze the image and pull information out of it. Say, for example, you have an image of a cabin in the woods. The program would be able to detect the cabin and include a cabin tag, or the program would be able to detect trees and include a forest tag, something like that. And finally, with permission from the user, the program would also be able to add tags to already existing files as to make everything already saved on your computer, lost files included, found again. There are other products on the market similar to Pond, such as Eagle and Easy File Organizer. These programs vary in some important aspects, though. All three programs have an auto tagging system implemented, but the use cases are not exactly the same. Um, for Easy File Organizer, aims to replace File entirely, and Eagle is just a browser extension meant to organize downloaded files from your browser. And as previously mentioned, Pond aims to be well integrated into the system and have access to all files on your PC, so it aims to be a little bit more intensive and a little bit more useful. So, who do we need as a team? Well, I would need an additional app developer to aid in the creation of the actual software. And then I would also need an app tester slash marketer. For this position, honestly, less experience with computers would be better as I need to verify that the software remains easy to use by everyone with a little or a lot of computer experience. And then marketing is also required to actually help push the product out onto the market and make noise and get people excited to actually use it. Payment for the app will be very simple. It'll just be a subscription for $7.99 a month, and payments will be made online. And so, how will we actually find our customer base? Well, we aim for our customer base in the beginning to be mostly individual digital artists, such as my friend, and other similar fields, um, other coders or other things like that. As the business grows, we plan to expand and push into commercial businesses, such as banks and other larger firms that store a lot of digital data. And finally, as the business grows, we do plan to become a household product and attain a wide user base of just regular people, just aiming to be out on the average PC and making people's computer experience better. So what am I asking for? I'm asking for $50,000. This money will be split up into three places. 60% of the money will go towards marketing, 30% of the actual development of the app 30% of the money will go to the actual development of the app, and 10% of the money will go to legal matters such as making sure we're compliant with the FCC and things like that. And then for the timeline, at the end of 4 months, we aim to have a user base of 100 people, 100 paying customers, and we aim to mostly stay within the individual people such as digital artists and coders and such. And by the end of 8 months, we aim to have a user base of 300 people and plan to expand more into commercial business. Right. And that's my presentation. Thank you for listening.